So folks, you're prepared. You've worked out your budget, you've got a deposit, you've got a mortgage advisor. Now it's time to start looking for your dream home, and I've got some essential tips for you. Welcome to my guide to starting your property search. In my experience, one of the main reasons people struggle to find a house is because they haven't worked out the difference between what they want and what they actually need. And this is crucial because property search always involves compromise. It really does. It doesn't matter how much money you've got, it always involves an element of compromise. And you need to be clear about where you're prepared to be flexible and indeed where you're not prepared to be flexible. And that brings me to another top tip. Whenever you do find a house that you feel has potential to be the right one, then make sure you get a Move IQ property report on it. This is a brilliant way, and I genuinely mean that, it's a brilliant way to uncover red flags on any individual specific property in the UK, and it can save you a huge amount of time and money. They are super useful. There's a link with this episode to get your property report when you're ready. All you need is the specific property address. So let's get into how to start a property search. First, write a list of things that are important to you, such as light or a low-maintenance garden. You might have got ideas about the style of the home, say a flat or a new build, house or a cottage. You'll almost certainly have thought about the space that you want and the space that you need. Maybe that's a kitchen to eat in, maybe you must have a utility room or somewhere with potential to do some work, to add some value, that kind of thing. Organise these elements into things that you must have, such as the garden for the dog, or parking, or bedroom for each person, and things that you would like to have, but could potentially live without if push came to shove. One thing that should be on your want list is location. As a general rule, prioritise where you live over what you live in. That's my rule of thumb anyway. You can update or you can extend a house, but you can't move it somewhere else. Consider distance from specific locations like schools, shops, work or commuter links, and use this to create your search area. But I think it's also worth bearing in mind that things like schools and work may change over the course of time. Once you've pinned this area down, then you can get an idea of the types and the prices of property within the area. That's best done by looking at sold prices, which will show you what properties are actually going for in your area within your budget. This then gives you a feel for whether you might need to swap convenience of location to get more space, for instance. For most of us these days, the property portals are the first place to start your research, to start looking. And all these have different ways of finding you a property match. So have an explore, have a dig around to see what works for you, which one you get on better with. As well as searching the portals, then make sure you get in touch with the local estate agents too. They are your gatekeepers, they're the doorway into the properties, and much better if you can do that in person. Presenting yourself as a good buyer, meaning you're friendly, you're organised, you're committed, you're ready to go. These are the people who can let you know what's coming onto the market. So it is the agents that you need to build relationships with. Super useful. Yes, naturally, they're going to be keen to show you properties that are new or are about to be reduced. Let them know what you're looking for. Talk to them, liaise with them, develop that relationship. They want to know where you're looking, what you're looking for, what your price bracket is, what your flexibilities are. I think being open and friendly doesn't mean putting all your cards on the table, however. It is important to remember that estate agents work for the seller. They don't work for you, the buyer. You might be the one spending the money, but they are not actually working for you. Remember, 70% of buyers spend 20% more than they set out to, so have your wits about you. Stick to your needs list, and most of all, stick to your budget. This will really help you filter when you're going through the property portals as well. When you've narrowed things down, is there anything else that you can do to put yourself ahead in a competitive market? Well, keep an eye out for sales signs. Remember, not every agent is on every property portal. Bear that very much in mind. So look at the local websites, look at the local papers, speak to friends, talk to people at the school gates, talk to everyone, shopkeepers, pub keepers who live and work in the area. It's all useful. Check out any new developments being built. Find out when they're going to be completing. Treat house hunting, if you really can, like a project. Dedicate time and effort to it. It's really worth it. And if you do that, then you'll be in the best position to find your dream home. And of course, my final tip is to download our free ebook, the No Nonsense Guide to Buying a Home. I promise you, it has loads of tips and extra info in there to help you every step of the way. Just click the link with this episode to get yours now. And do please join me next time. See you then.